What's up guys, I'm a fish guy. Today's video is going to be on how to breed the green Severum. Some of these parts will relate to the gold Severum, and I'll let you know which ones they are. But for the gold Severums and the green Severums, they both get about 9 to 10 inches, require a 55 to 75 gallon aquarium. But with these guys, the larger the better because they do get the size of like a dinner plate. So you want to keep that in mind, and they do live usually around 8 to 10 years, depending on the conditions of the tanks, diet, and everything like that. But when it comes to sexing these guys, I usually put mine in a group of 6 and let them pair off. If for some reason they don't pair off and you need to sex them, when it comes to the males, their chest is going to be a little bit wider than the females, and they're also going to have more of like the design on the sides of their faces as they mature. So that's one thing you definitely want to watch for. And with the females, they're going to be more pale, not as thick as in the chest. And also there's going to be pointed dorsal fins and anal fins on the males, where it's going to be rounded on the females. So there's quite a few aspects that go into sexing these guys that make it real easy. But with these guys, they breed on like a piece of slate rock, orange clay pot, or they're like mine and they'd be difficult. They're going to breed after they clear the gravel and sand out. They breed on the bottom of the tank and just destroy the tank. So any of those 3 work, but I usually put all 3 selections in, the clay pot and the slate rock. If you can't get a hold of a piece of slate rock, you can go to Home Depot. They usually have them for $7, $8 a piece. Or you could go down to your local lake, river, or anything like that and find the piece of the flattest rock you can get a hold of. So with these guys, once they pair off, you want to separate them into a different tank. I really don't recommend putting these guys to someone else in the aquarium. People say that you can, but with any breeding fish, you want to keep them separate so they can focus on the babies and not feel threatened to need them. After they clean the surface, whether it's a rock, clay pot, bottom of your aquarium, they're going to clean it off and lay the eggs. Basically, the female's going to run up with the eggs and the male's going to follow and do kind of like a back and forth motion real quick to fertilize the eggs. The eggs, usually I get about 200 to 300 eggs per hatch. And usually it takes about 4 days for them to hatch. It's a little bit slower than most fish, but it's well worth it in the long run. With these guys, if you're having a problem breeding them, drop the pH down to about 6.2, but remember to do it slowly. If you drop it too fast, you're going to have a big problem. They're going to have dying. Also, usually around 78 degrees Fahrenheit is the temperature you want to keep it at. I keep mine at about 81. But most places recommend 78, and that's what I've always been taught. I just like the 81. Speeds up the process on hatching the eggs a little bit quicker. When I kept it about 76, it took about 5 days for the eggs to hatch. I didn't see any big drastic change in the quality of the babies. They're all still good quality. They're growing real well, and the growth rates aren't different at all between the 2 different hatch dates. So with these guys, you want to keep in mind that they also don't become sexually mature until they're about 1.5 to 2 years old. So they are quite large at that point. So you want to accommodate them with an aquarium that's the right size. Like I said, usually a 55 gallon. And then you'll want a big grow out tank or a grow out pond. Like a kiddie pool or an inflatable pool where you can put all the babies into one tank is the best way. So after 3 to 5 days after these guys hatch, usually within another 4 to 5 days, they're free swimming and eating. Some do take a little bit longer depending on the temperature. I've had mine go another 1.5 weeks after the hatch before they're free swimming, and I do feed them the baby brine shrimp and the crushed flakes. These work best. Once they get a little bit older, you want to go to a vegetable matter because these guys they prefer vegetables more in their diet, as well as meaty foods, but usually the meaty foods pack the size on. And with water changes, you want to do them usually about every other day with the babies to keep the water pristine. That's the best way to make some growth on these guys, so you can sell them quicker to the pet stores that you're selling them to. So just to recap, these guys live 10 years, grow 10 inches, 55 gallon tank is best. Let them pair off from a group of 6. The eggs hatch within 3 to 5 days, and usually free swimming within 1.5 weeks. If you are having problems breeding these guys or getting them into the mood, pump up the bloodworms, brine shrimp, do a 75% water change, and do the water about 2 degrees warmer. That's going to basically kick them into spawning mode if they are ready and sexually mature enough. So if you have any questions, comments, visit my website, mafishguy.blogspot.com. I have a store opening that's open right now, actually. Subscribe to my channel. Actually, right above, I'm going to have a subscribe button, so just click that and subscribe to the channel. I'll be holding contests once I hit 200 subscribers. Thank you.